All right, so we're gonna react to this d4vd story. Just got really dark.
Now, if you've been on social
I'm
media,
coming off a crazy GTA stream that's been about 7 hours. So, all right, I know a lot about this case. What's been going on so far. By the time I upload this, the case probably has gotten even worse. So, this is up to, I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, but September 19th is the date that I'm reacting to this. So. Let's watch it.
the last week, you probably heard about the viral story surrounding popular singer David, spelled
Right.
D4vd. It started when the body of a Jane Doe was found inside a Tesla registered to him. At first, there was no confirmation that David had any connection to her until now. The David story just got really dark, and in this video, I'm going to break it down all together with you. So drop a like on this video because you're in for one hell of
reacts, dude. If it didn't feel like it fit. No, it didn't fit, but it's gonna fit because that's gonna be something I'm gonna do every time I upload a stream video. I'm not doing last reacts, dude.
A story. Now, before we get into the latest developments, let's rewind for a second because
now if they continuously do really bad, that's different. But you know,
just a few days ago, this is what we knew. Popular singer David, spelled D4vd, a 20-year-old Houston-raised artist who blew up on TikTok with his song Romantic Homicide, a sleeper hit with over 1.6 billion streams on Spotify that opened the door for him to a major record deal, global recognition, tours, and major brand collabs. On the surface, he was just a young star living the dream life. But about a week ago, Los Angeles police made a discovery, one that would soon be connected to David himself. On September 8th, 2025, police in Los Angeles found a decomposed body inside a Tesla, and that Tesla was registered to a David Burke, which turned out to be popular singer David himself. According to reports, workers at an impound lot noticed a foul odor coming from the car. When they opened up the Tesla's trunk, they discovered human remains stuffed inside a bag. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner described her as a female, about 5'2", weighing just 71 pounds, which...
I'm not trying to pause too much, but 5'2", 71 pounds? Yo. I was gonna say, how do they know that she's 5'2" if they found her dismembered? Because wasn't she dismembered? Or am I tripping?
Equals to 32 kilograms for my international viewers. She had wavy black hair, metal stud earrings, a yellow bracelet, and a tattoo on her right index finger that literally read...
Alright, nah, red flag right here, red flag right here. Why is he holding the microphone like this? Like these? Why is he holding it like these? Dude, people be holding microphones like this. He's holding it like this. Alright, somebody should have known something was up with this dude, bro.
Like, shh, quiet. At the time, her name wasn't released, but those details alone were shocking as they were, considering who this car was connected to. The LAPD confirmed the vehicle had been sitting in the yard for days, and they even had to call David himself, who was on tour at the time, to inform him that his car had a body inside of it. And David was cooperating with the police and claimed he had no knowledge of what they found. But while that was happening, the fallout started hitting him hard. Clothing brand Hollister, who had just launched a campaign with David, pulled his images from their website and seemingly ended their relationship with the singer quietly. And at the same time, the internet was asking a lot of questions, right? How did this young popular artist with no history of violence suddenly get tied to something this disturbing? For the past week, things have been up in the air with no real answers, but what's come out since then changes everything.
Alright.
A week after the news broke, we finally got confirmation of who that person was. According to NBC News, the victim was identified through forensics as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. Celeste had been reported missing out of Lake Elsinore back in April of 2024. According to authorities, she left her home around 9 p.m. one evening and never came back. Her family put out flyers, posted her photos, and pleaded for anyone with information to come forward so their baby girl could be brought home. At the time of her disappearance, she had last been seen wearing gray pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty sandals. So when police connected the remains inside David's Tesla to Celeste through
she disappeared like way before
forensic testing, it wasn't just a tragic discovery. It was the end of a year-long search her family had been desperately holding on to hope for. Authorities also said that she had
I guess he's just blurring it. I don't know. I mean, I understand why he's blurring it, but yeah, you're right. It's out of
been dead inside that Tesla for an extended period of time before the body was discovered. Right now, the exact cause of death has not yet been determined. The LAPD says the coroner has not classified the case as a homicide or released a manner of death, and there are no suspects at this time. As for David himself, real name David Burke, a spokesperson said he was informed of the situation and that he is fully cooperating with authorities. At the time, like we stated, he was of course on tour, but his scheduled show in Seattle was canceled immediately after the news broke. So with Celeste now identified, the tragedy hit even harder. A 15-year-old little girl who had been missing since 2024 was found in the trunk of a car registered to a popular singer in the music industry. Just as the internet was trying to process what happened, police have officially made their next move, and it shows just how serious they're taking this case right here. Within 48 hours of Celeste being officially identified, investigators made their next move. Police executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. He doesn't own the property, but sources confirmed it was a place he had been living recently.
Vid's way louder than me. Okay, hold on.
And here's where
What
things
about now,
get more serious. TMZ reports that the home was actually rented by David's manager, and detectives did not leave empty-handed. LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division walked out with several evidence bags and a computer.
See, I didn't know
Photos
they
and
found
videos posted
anything.
earlier this year even showed David inside the house, singing with producer Benny Blanco in the kitchen and dancing in the living room. TMZ
saw
compared
that
the
clip.
interiors of that footage to real estate listings, and they matched the property that police searched. Neighbors also recall seeing that same Tesla parked outside the house for days before it was eventually towed. A car with
I'm gonna go back a little bit. I wasn't paying attention. What'd you say? You're clear when it's paused, but when you talk, you're a lot more quiet. That's better. It could work a bit.
to real estate listings, and they
That
matched
should
the
be good.
property that police searched.
Probably.
Neighbors also recall seeing that same Tesla parked outside the house for days before it was eventually towed. A car with Texas plates and a big dent that stood out on the street. At the time, no one thought much of it, but looking back now, perhaps it was no coincidence. So for now, police haven't classified this as a homicide because the medical examiner still hasn't determined exactly how Celeste died. The Tesla was abandoned and towed on September 6th, and just 2 days later, workers at the impound lot made the grim discovery. Investigators say the case now depends on the coroner's findings. And so far, the process has apparently been very difficult. I'm assuming it's probably because, her body was decomposed, so that would make a lot of sense, right? No arrests have been made so far, but the fact that LAPD homicide detectives are searching homes connected to David shows just how closely they're closing in on his world. And if that wasn't enough, okay, the plot has thickened even more, and we got some new details that make the story darker than anyone expected. Here's where things get even darker. According to TMZ, investigators may be looking at a direct connection between David and Celeste herself.
This is like one of the first things that came
after
out.
TMZ got a tip that the victim might be Celeste, they reached out to her mother, and her mother confirmed two things. Number one, first, that Celeste apparently had a boyfriend named David. And number two, that she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, shh. Now that right there is not new information, right? It lined up exactly with what the initial reports from the coroner were saying. But here's where things get crazy, because David himself has the exact same tattoo inked on his right index finger. And on the screen right now, you'll see a picture of that. So let's just keep this on the screen for a second if you want to check it out, because I don't want you rewinding this and going out of your way to, rewind it. So as you guys can see, here's the picture.
Could see that if she was
Looking?
like decomposed for weeks.
Let's keep it moving. All right, so this is already a lot. I ain't even gonna lie. This is a lot. Okay, so let's just sit with this for a second. They found a body in a Tesla registered to David. It ends up being 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who's been missing since April 2024. Ma Dukes, Celeste's mother, said her daughter had a boyfriend named David. And on top of all that, they both got the same tattoo on their finger. And it doesn't stop there, because the plot just keeps on getting thicker.
Do you smell
because
bad?
TMZ didn't just talk to Celeste's mom. They actually published photos and even a video that appear to show David and Celeste together. On the screen right now, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I'll just keep it on the screen for a second or two just so you can watch it, so you don't have to rewind. You see it right there? All right. And out of respect for her family, I've blurred her face in any of the visuals. Out of respect for her family, there's the answer. Okay? According to TMZ, one of the photos shows them sitting together at a booth at a venue, unfortunately. Both of them wearing black. Now, TMZ also pointed out something very interesting, which was David is wearing the same exact shirt in that booth photo as he wore in a picture with singer Billie Eilish back in October 2023, and that photo is right here. Okay, this is what TMZ stated, and in no way, shape, or form is this particular connection a sign of anything beyond what they reported. It's just an observation they made to support the photo being authentic. Okay, and it wasn't just photos, however. Okay, TMZ also posted a live stream from January 2024 showing the two of them on camera together answering questions from fans. In the clip, you can hear what appears to be Celeste telling David to respond to a comment that's a direct interaction on video, and it's left a lot of people asking questions. And remember, this is a 15-year-old girl we're talking about. Now, TMZ, who obviously they've been putting in some work on this story, right? They did even more digging. And what they claim is this. They found another photo of David in Lake Elsinore, the same city where Celeste went missing back in April 2024 after leaving her home around 9 p.m. and never coming back. For context, Lake Elsinore is about 70 miles outside of Los Angeles, and it's where Celeste lived with her family. And here's the part that made people react, okay? The photo that TMZ stated that they have was taken just a 6-minute walk from Celeste's family home.
That's
Once
crazy.
again, I want to make it clear, this is what TMZ reported. I'm not saying that this, says anything. I'm just reporting what they said, okay? And also, just so we're on the same page here, police have not named a suspect in Celeste's death. But according to TMZ, for detectives to even get that search warrant on the Hollywood Hills home that David lived in but doesn't own, that's what led investigators to seize a computer and multiple evidence bags.
Hey. Shit, by the time this is out, that'll already be out. But I already played it, dude. I already recorded a video for it. I played it the first day it came out. It'll probably be out like Monday or something. Sunday, Monday, something like that.
From the property. Now, since I want to be very mindful of how I cover this particular story, considering how
Hey, I ain't hating. I wasn't hating on 2K. I just said I hadn't played it since the beginning of the year. What you mean? Yeah, I'm 7-4, bro. I was 7-4 before I knew it was good. I was 7. I've been a sinner. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
how sensitive it is. Let me just say it like this, right?
Wayne,
there are other photos and videos of Celeste and David floating around social media, but I won't be showing those here. Her family just got the worst possible news of their life, and I want to keep that in mind as I break the story down. So we're sticking strictly to what's been reported publicly by verified outlets. That way we keep it respectful, accurate, and, above all else, responsible, right? Now, this next part is wild as well, because there's this video that surfaced online that TMZ published, which is a video of one of Celeste's alleged former teachers talking about her in class. He pulled out his phone, showed students a photo of himself with Celeste, and said he had taught her years ago. And according to this teacher, Celeste first disappeared after meeting David on social media. He claims this, right? And he even claims that she ran away to Hollywood with him before police eventually tracked her down and returned her to her mother.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here.
Why would he do this in class? How old are these kids? Is my question.
Because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
Wait, how long?
I haven't seen this.
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, and then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
Social media is the devil.
The teacher says that she went missing again in May 2024, 1 month after she was reported missing in April 2024. And that was the last he heard of her until now. He told his class he was sharing this as a cautionary tale about the dangers.
If my teacher was talking about stuff like that, though, I'd kind of think that he's kind of weird. Unless it was like some substitute teacher that's real young or something. Like, this guy looks like he's like mid-30s. And he's just spilling the tea. He's a drama queen at the age of 35 and a high school teacher.
Social media. Again, this is what the teacher is claiming.
Maybe
as you guys can see, I just played the video, right? The plot definitely keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And on that note, there's also a bunch of Discord messages floating around the internet right now that people are connecting to this story. Since I personally can't verify if they're accurate or not, I won't be showing them in this video.
I did see those messages.
But what I will say is this. They're out there and they're adding a whole other layer of speculation to this case right here. Now here's another layer people online have been talking about. A leaked song that's been floating around where David allegedly mentions Celeste by name. Supposedly the track is titled Celeste. Now let's be very clear. I have no clue where this comes from. Is it legit? Is it AI? I can't verify that. And that's exactly why I'm not going to play it here. But it's been circulating, and the fact that people even believe this record exists has added another wild twist to the narrative. And by the way, just to be clear, it's an actual song, like it's an existing song, but I just can't verify if it's a real song, if you get what I'm saying. Because sometimes people might make certain things with AI because a story is big. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
with everything we just laid out, let's talk about the fallout, because things are starting to.
Mr. Beast has chocolate milk. Yo, this is gonna be so random in the what do you call it, reaction. But I didn't know they had chocolate milk. I bet it's good if it's like Feastables chocolate milk.
Spiral. Right after Celeste
Feastables
was
are pretty
officially
good.
identified, David hit a pause on his world tour. He was actually going to perform in Europe, like places like Copenhagen, Stockholm, I believe London as well,
Dude, I was on Spotify and I clicked on his account and I saw they still had stuff going into like December.
and Poland, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks like the tour has been put on hold as of today. On top of the tour getting shut down, a few popular artists in the industry have already started distancing themselves from David. One of those artists is Uchis, a very talented singer who,
Right.
the last time I
She was on
checked,
a
she was in a
song with him,
relationship
I
with
think.
Don Toliver, and I believe they
Feastables, I
actually
bet
had a
it's good.
baby. She actually teamed up with David earlier this year on a song called Crashin' from his debut album Withered. But after the news broke about Celeste, Uchis publicly responded on Instagram saying that the collab is in the process of being taken down from streaming services.
Oh, shit.
And when people in her comments try to blame her for working with him, she fired back saying that's just internalized misogyny. In other words, women always getting
Okay.
blamed for what
Okay,
men
dude,
do,
come on now.
which happens. Aside from that, Canadian
But-
pop star
but
Tate
that-
McRae,
it
one of the
happens,
biggest
but
names in
that's
the
not
mainstream
right.
right now, has also decided to unfollow David on social media. And like we already know, Hollister pulled him from their campaign as well. So as you guys could see, the industry is, the industry is reacting to this, okay? So right now, things are very much up in the air. Authorities haven't named a suspect, and they haven't even determined the exact cause of death. But the fact that they searched his home, seized evidence, they left with a computer, all these ties are being cut, it
Could be
shows
a
just how
lot of shit
seriously they're treating this. For David,
out
this
soon.
isn't just a hit to his career. His entire world is hanging by a thread. You know, it's strange how this thing started with Celeste being found in that Tesla, and now it's turned into one of the most shocking stories the music industry has seen in a long time. This story is going to keep on developing, and eventually we'll get the truth of what happened to 15-year-old Celeste. And I trust that law enforcement will do their due diligence, because at the end of the day, this isn't just a headline right here. It's about a young girl and her family who
Facts.
deserve answers more than anybody. And as for David himself, his connection to Celeste is weird, it's strange, and honestly, it's pretty creepy in my opinion, right? I'm not saying that he's guilty. I'm just saying, like, just the
Best case scenario for him, he's a pedophile. Best case. And that's insane to say, but that's best case. And that's
fact that
crazy.
he's even connected to this, especially considering her age, I think it's weird, right? There are too many
It's really
coincidences
fucking
here for it not to raise eyebrows. But since we don't know what we don't know, it's hard to take a firm stance on what the truth actually is, right? What I do know is that public opinion is forming fast, and that's why people are looking at this situation and saying something doesn't feel right. My number one concern here is that Celeste's family gets justice, and that they find out what really happened to her, why it happened, and who was responsible. Because yeah, the internet's locked in since it's tied to a popular singer, and this
Been a
guy's
weirdo?
famous, and
I
nobody
didn't know
thought
anything
that
about
he
him
would ever be
besides, like,
connected
I'd
to
heard
something
some
like
of the
this.
songs.
But when you strip all that away, what matters most is the life that was lost. So my condolences go to Celeste's family, and I pray strength and comfort upon them during this time. I'll keep you guys updated as this story unfolds. You already know that I'm going to be behind this microphone, breaking it down for you all the way, okay? Every single
Alright,
step of the way, okay?
And might have
Until
to
we
tune
get to
in
the
again
truth of what's
sometime
really
soon.
going on here. So make sure you stay
If you get
tapped
some more
in,
info.
because nobody breaks it down better than Blackie does. Drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. What do you think about this topic? Let me know, man. Peace.
Hey, it's crazy, man. Crazy situation unfolding right before our eyes. I can't speak, but hopefully more info comes out soon. We get to figure out everything about it. Make sure you go to this OG video right here by BlackySpeakz. The David story just got really dark. Make sure you go give him a like. Maybe even give him a view. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys liked this reaction, let me know what I should do some more. And if you want more consistent uploads, more consistent streams, more consistent reactions, sub up. And see you guys later.